Today at Axe Cap, it's comp day.
I'd like $500,000.
Just got here. $15 million. 15.
I was thinking 50.
209 million or not.
But 9 million feels good.
How much money can you make if you work at a hedge fund? Well, we will discuss hedge fund compensation at the top hedge funds in the world and so much more as we analyze Billion Season 3, Episode 11 based on my work experience at the top hedge funds in the world and my work experience at Goldman Sachs. Now, please like, comment, and subscribe and stick around because at the end of this video, we will grade the episode for Wall Street Realism with a buy, hold, or sell rating.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I believe I've proved my value. Don't need to justify a thing to you at this point.
Ooh, working stiff. I'm paying you 1.3, a personal record.
Now, hedge funds charge 2 and 20, and this means a 2% annual management fee and 20% of profits. Now, base salaries come from the 2% and bonus from the 20%. And if hedge fund Axe Capital manages $10 billion, then the 2% management fee is $200 million every single year. Now, if a $10 billion hedge fund is up 50%, then of the $5 billion in profits generated, Axe Capital keeps 20%, meaning $1 billion. It's a lot, eh? And the owner, meaning Bobby Axelrod, usually keeps half of that, and the other half goes to employees, meaning an employee bonus pool of $500 million. And Trader Maffei that we see right here got a bonus of $1.3 million, which is often a lot for a trader whose job is to just execute trades that the portfolio manager gives them. And the way it works is the portfolio managers who make the firm the most money get paid the most. Then comes the analysts that report to the portfolio managers. Then the traders, as again, they often just execute the orders that portfolio managers give them. And then the rest of the employees, like operations and back office, get minimal bonuses, if anything, like compliance director Spiro here.
I haven't had my comp meeting scheduled yet.
Compliance does not get performance-related comp.
Oh.
Sure.
Usually.
If we were to do a little accounting of how much you meant to Axe Cap, we would first have to look at what you cost.
Now, at a hedge fund, like in sales, you eat what you kill. And if you want to get paid, don't work in an operations role, or if you do, use that as nothing more than a stepping stone to get to an analyst or PM, meaning portfolio manager role.
You know what? I don't think I need a comp meeting. My base is very generous, and I think that we should just leave it right there.
Now, if you work in operations, you can make $100,000 to $150,000 as a junior employee or a few $100,000 in a more senior role. An analyst can make a base of $100,000 to $200,000, but most of the money they make in a good year comes from their bonus, which can be $100,000 or much more, depending on how the portfolio manager that they report to does in a given year. And I worked at a hedge fund where the portfolio manager made a $20 million bonus and only paid his single top performing analyst $1 million. So the goal of an analyst is to make portfolio manager like Ben Kim right here.
I think I should not throw out the first number because I have a tendency to undervalue myself.
I'd like to make you a PM.
Portfolio manager?
I would have gone prime minister, but there you go, undervaluing.
I'm a PM.
So PM base salaries can be a couple $100,000 per year, but the real money is their bonus, like Taylor right here.
$15 million.
You aren't going to start with a performance review, or?
Hell of a year. 15.
I was thinking 50.
How'd you get there?
Axe Cap made $929 million this year. When you account for expenses, nets to almost 700.
So Taylor is right to ask for more, and here's why. If Axe Capital made $700 million, then 20% of that is $140 million. And a PM that made most of the profits for the firm should get half of that amount, or close to half, meaning $70 million. So asking for $50 million is not unreasonable.
I'm thinking that the final number will be something just shy of half of what you're looking for.
I don't agree.
I say what it is, you take it. I never made that much at your age.
I've accomplished more than you had.
But you don't have your own shop. If you were ready for that, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
So the only way to get paid what you're worth is always to be self-employed, and the taxes are much lower too. And Taylor already has an awesome track record, so raising money should be pretty easy. And when you work for somebody else, they often pay you the smallest amount possible just to keep you there. So here's what Taylor does.
It looks like you're ready to get into business.
I need a meeting with your boss, Grigor Andalov.
That's not accurate. There's no way Taylor would meet Grigor, the Russian billionaire that invested in Axe Capital, because when you work at a hedge fund, you sign a massive legal document that does not allow you to go after current or recent investors in the fund that you work for.
20 is as much as anybody's ever gotten out of me. Learn to be rich on that.
And I was beginning to think you were done teaching me.
Let's finish this later.
So, of course, $20 million is a lot, but if you work for somebody that underpays you in your first real bonus season, then in that case, one data point makes a trend, and you need to find another job where you get paid what you're worth. And a lot of rich founders of companies got rich by being very cheap. So vote with your feet and get another job. But eventually Axe came around and gave Taylor more.
Let's settle this. You're a valued part of this place. You've been effective in every meeting you weren't deliberately trying to sabotage.
Thank you. And about the 50 million.
You can have half that.
So it's not just about the money, though. People want to feel appreciated, even at hedge funds, and a sense that they're learning and progressing.
Now, okay, I know it's not exactly what you want, but I've been giving it some thought, and I realize that what you really need is forward momentum. Above all things, even money.
So great employees need to feel included in the inner circle and decision makers as well. So for example, helping with raising capital.
So, I'm putting you on the raise team.
Onward and upward.
There's gonna be 30 bill on the table. Get ready to help me haul it out of there.
Oh, I am ready.
So if you're underpaid, then embrace that frustration to get another job, or better yet, start your own company, which is what happened with Bobby Axelrod, as we see here in this next scene with his former boss.
And so, as always, I'm reminded of the best day of my life. The day that this man, Bill McGann of McGann Commodities, told me I didn't have enough blarney in me. By means of instruction, he wasn't gonna bonus me right. He shorted me by 50,000.
Now, if you're underpaid and underappreciated, I know it stings, but it could motivate you to network like crazy to get a better job or start your own company. So how do you ask for a raise or a promotion?
I'd like $500,000.
You just got here. Your signing bonus is your comp.
I didn't say I deserved $500,000, but you rarely get what you don't ask for, so I'm f***ing asking. Otherwise, why are we doing this?
All right, in all seriousness, closed mouths don't get fed. Now, here's how you get a raise or a promotion in most jobs. So what you do is this. The next time your boss comes up to you and says, great job on something, they're usually in a good mood. What you do is immediately say, thank you. Do you have time for a coffee? And you bring your notebook as well. And you start off the meeting, if true, with something like this. You know, I love what we've accomplished here as a team. I'm really bullish on the outlook as well. That being said, it's very expensive to raise a family in this area, as you know, and I want to provide the best standard of living that I possibly can for my children. As a result, I wanted to ask you, please, to let me know what additional value I need to add to the team in order to be considered for a raise or promotion. Then what you do is you write everything down, of course. And then after the meeting is done, all you focus on is the criteria you wrote down for the next couple of months. Everything else you do is a waste of time. And then the next time your boss congratulates you again on a job well done, you ask for a meeting again. You start the meeting off with the usual spiel, if true, of, I love what we've accomplished here as a team, yada, yada, yada. Last time we met, you kindly gave me some advice on what additional value I need to add to the team in order to get considered for a raise or a promotion, because it's expensive to raise a family here and I want to give my kids the best standard of living. Well, I'm very humbled to say that I have fulfilled all 5 sets of criteria or whatever, and so I'd like to ask you for that raise or promotion, please. Now, what you don't realize is behind closed doors, your competition at work does this many, many times. And that's why when you look around at work sometimes, you're like, WTF, why the face? Why are other people not as good as me getting raises or promotions? Asking you'll receive, it's prophetic, has been true since the beginning of time. Closed mouths don't get fed. Now let's get back to billions. What kind of a hedge fund is Taylor starting?
I need you to model something for me. If we give the algo an extra 20 billion to play with, can it reliably generate returns in excess of 8%? And can any other funds do the same?
This is something you'd pitch an investor. Problem is, Bridgewater would have 50 PhDs writing software on them.
So Taylor is quietly starting a quant hedge fund, meaning computer programs using algorithms to pick stocks. And Taylor's buddy there mentioned Bridgewater. And let's talk about Bridgewater and the top hedge fund bonuses at these firms you see right here, and how they each made a killing, and what did they do before starting their hedge funds. And so Ray Dalio, who's worth about $20 billion, is the founder of Bridgewater Associates. And Dalio did not come from a traditional elite investment background. He started his career trading commodities and worked as a clerk on the New York Stock Exchange, then later worked at a brokerage firm before founding Bridgewater in 1975. And early on, he made a massive mistake. He incorrectly predicted a depression in the early 1980s and lost a lot of his capital, but that failure really shaped how he approached investing. So what he did was this. He rebuilt his firm around structured research processes focused on understanding how economies function. And Bridgewater's core idea is that economies behave like systems. So instead of predicting markets based on opinions, what they do is they study cause and effect relationships, meaning interest rates, inflation, debt cycles, and policy responses. And they built models based on historical data across countries for decades. And by the time of their peak earnings years, around, I think it was 2011 or so, Dalio was running one of the largest hedge funds in the world and generating billions of dollars in personal income. But the key takeaway here is that Bridgewater's edge came from building a repeatable macro framework, not from a single trade. Now let's move on to a different type of investor, George Soros. Now, before founding his hedge fund, Soros worked at a couple of merchant banks in London and New York, including Singer and Friedlander, and he later founded the Quantum Fund. And his approach was also macro, but a little bit more discretionary. And so back in 1992, during Black Wednesday, Soros identified a structural problem, which was this. The United Kingdom was trying to maintain a fixed exchange rate within the European system, but its economic conditions made that really, really difficult. And so his research process focused on policy constraints. So what he did was this. He studied how much pressure the Bank of England could withstand, how interest rates affected the economy, and whether the currency peg could realistically hold. And he concluded that it could not. So he built a massive short position against the British pound. And when the UK exited the peg system, the pound fell sharply and Soros made about $1 billion personally in about one day. Next up, we have Paul Tudor Jones. Now, before founding Tudor Investment Corporation, Jones worked as a commodities trader, including time at E.F. Hutton, and his early career was rooted in the futures market. And then in 1987, ahead of Black Monday, Jones studied historical market behavior, and his research process included analyzing past crashes, especially the 1929 period, and company market structures, valuations, and investor sentiments. He also paid close attention to price action and momentum, and he believed that markets were overextended and vulnerable. So he positioned defensively with a massive short position in 87, and when the crash happened, he was prepared and generated massive profits for that period. And what Jones did was he combined macro thinking with technical and behavioral analysis. Now let's move on to credit and one of the most famous trades ever, John Paulson. Now, before launching his own firm, Paulson worked at firms like the Boston Consulting Group and Bear Stearns, and he founded Paulson & Co. in 1994, and initially it was focused on merger arbitrage. And his background was not in macro trading, it was in what's called event-driven investing. And that makes what he did even more interesting. And so in the mid-2000s, Paulson began studying the housing market, and his team analyzed mortgage-backed securities in detail. And what they did was this. They looked at loan quality, default rates, underwriting standards, and how those loans were packaged into bonds, and they noticed a massive disconnect. The underlying loans were deteriorating, but the securities were still being rated and priced as relatively safe. Kind of like in the movie The Big Short, Paulson used credit default swaps to bet against mortgage bonds. And when the housing market collapsed during the global financial crisis of 2008, Paulson's fund made tens of billions, and he personally made over $4 billion in 1 year. Now let's shift to my favorite example, completely different approach, Jim Simmons. Simmons was not a traditional investor at all. He was a mathematician and former code breaker who worked at the NSA before founding Renaissance Technologies. And his research process was entirely quantitative. This is a great story. Instead of forming macro views or analyzing companies in a traditional way, Renaissance, what they did was they collected massive data sets and looked for statistical patterns in price movements. And what they did was they hired scientists, mathematicians, and programmers, and not typical finance geeks. And his medallion fund used these models to identify small inefficiencies and trade them at scale with really strong risk controls. And over decades, this blows me away. This approach produced extraordinary returns of 66% before fees on average between about 1988 and 2001 or so. Now, Simon's demonstrated that investing could be approached as a data science problem using machine learning, which we know is a subset of AI. Now let's get back to the aftermath of the financial crisis and talk about David Tepper. So before founding Appaloosa Management, Tepper worked at Goldman Sachs, where he specialized in high-yield debt and distressed securities. And his background was deeply rooted in credit markets. And in 2009, the markets were still recovering from the financial crisis, and bank stocks were heavily discounted because investors feared a collapse. But Tepper was focused on one key question. Would the government allow major financial institutions to fail? And of course, the answer was no. And so his research involved analyzing balance sheets, capital structure, and policy responses, and he concluded that many banks would survive supported by government intervention. So what he did was he bought distressed financial assets for next to nothing. And that year he made about $4 billion. And this was classic distressed investing, meaning analyzing downside risk versus survival probability. Let's move on to a modern example, Chris Hone. So before founding TCI, Hone worked at firms including Apex Partner and Perry Capital, where he focused on private equity and event-driven investing. And then he launched TCI Fund Management in 2003. And his approach is concentrated long-term equity investing, often with an activist element to it as well. And what he did was he focused on high-quality companies with strong competitive advantages. And the research process is fundamental, my favorite way. And so what he did was he studied business models, industry structure, management quality, capital allocation, and long-term growth potential, which is how I analyze companies per my spreadsheet here. Now, what he did was he typically held a small number of positions and then sized them aggressively. And in recent years, including 2025, TCI generated very large profits, with Hone earning billions personally. Next up, we have Izzy, or Israel Englander. Now, before founding Millennium Management in 1989, Englander traded options on the American Stock Exchange, and his background was in trading and risk management. And Millennium is very different from most hedge funds discussed so far. It operates in what's called a multi-manager model. And so instead of one central investment view, what Izzy does is he allocates capital to dozens, sometimes hundreds, of individual portfolio managers. And each of them runs its own strategy, often market neutral, with really strict risk limits. And the research process is decentralized. And each team conducts its own fundamental qualitative or trading-based research, but the firm enforces really tight controls on risk drawdowns and position sizing. And the edge is not one big idea. It's portfolio construction and risk discipline across many independent strategies. And this model has produced constant profits over time. And Izzy Englander has had multiple billion-dollar earning years. The lesson here is you don't need one big bet if you can structure a system that extracts smaller edges across many teams with strict risk controls. Now let's take a quick look at Bill Ackman. Before founding Pershing Square in 2004, Ackman worked in investment banking and later started Gotham Partners, which was an early-stage hedge fund focused on value investing. And his approach is concentrated and activist-based investing. And one of his most notable trades was during the COVID-19 crisis in early 2020. Ackman became concerned about the economic impact of the pandemic and used credit default swaps to hedge market risk. And as credit markets deteriorated rapidly, those hedges generated massive amounts of money, apparently close to $2.5 or $3 billion, which he then redeployed into equities at depressed prices. So he's able to turn around bearish to bullish at the right time. So what ties all of these investors together? Well, it's not just a single strategy. Per this screen, they came from very different backgrounds. And many of them, like Taylor, worked for other people and felt that they too were massively underpaid. Now let's talk about grading of this episode for Wall Street Realism with a buy, hold, or sell rating. The episode did a superb job of explaining hedge fund compensation structures and the inherent pressures associated with the annual bonus season and how everybody feels like they're constantly underpaid. And the episode also did a great job of showing how non-producers don't get paid, as hedge funds are meritocracies, meaning you eat what you kill. However, the episode wasn't really accurate when mentioning that Taylor was starting a hedge fund targeting Axe Capital's previous investor, as there would be an ironclad legal document preventing this. As a result, I'm going to give this episode a hold rating. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next reaction video, which is Billion Season 3, Episode 12. This is the season finale of Season 3. Thank you.
Yeah, big day. First step of driving a Formula 1 car, so I'm gonna do the seat fit today in the Heritage where we are now. Just unbelievable to get ready for the first F1 test for me. Very emotional because I've been waiting that moment for all my career, so I'm very grateful to have this opportunity with all the team and with Mercedes. Yeah. It's unbelievable to be here and to see all the history of the team. There's so much cars around and beautiful cars. I actually remember that year because I was really into Formula 1, like with my dad, watching the races at home, obviously. The battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis. Pretty memorable car, I guess, for the team. And I don't think they clean it. They keep it like this after the title. So that's pretty beautiful. Cannot see it.
She's driving the W12. So the main thing with this is getting her comfortable, making sure she's safe. It's kind of a bit of a challenge, but we're making some good steps. We're using a Lewis original seat with a seat insert. So Dorian is going to get into the car in just a moment once the seat mold is back in the car, and then we're going to do all the belt adjustments to make sure, under braking, she doesn't come out of the seat. When we do the event, this is the team that you'll be working with. So we've got Callum, he's the front-end mechanic, so he's going to be working with you today. And then Leo, he'll be the number one mechanic, so he'll be waving the car out and fully in control, so hoping you need to be him.
Okay.
And then we've got other people who'll be there, people like Trevor, who's on the control side, but there'll be about 20 of us on the day. So.
Okay. Can I put my feet on or I jump completely?
So you can go feet in there, so if you just step onto there. There we go.
Straight?
Yes, if possible.
Oh. Okay.
How does it feel being inside the car now?
It's insane. So happy.
Same as normal then. Just this is going to be exactly the same as all the other seat fits in the sense of setting your full throttle on and off, and then we'll work out on the height stuff after that.
I'm too far. I'm touching, but I'm too far.
Yeah. If you move a little bit, are you able to move into that position? Obviously, I can put the material behind you.
The pedal, the travel of the throttle is normal?
Yeah, the throttle is normal, yes.
That long?
Yeah.
Okay. It's powerful.
Okay.
Still unreal until I would be in the car really and hearing the engine maybe, so. That's actually my racing number, so. I've been waiting this time for my entire life because I've been driving in Formula 1, so yeah, very looking forward to it.
Because we can space the headrest, so we can space behind your head.
Oh, okay.
We can change the space on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Do you think if we took everything forward like that, it would be better with your arm clearance?
Can you go forward?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I don't think so.
No? You're still touch?
For me, yes. Because if I move like this, I'm really touching
You're really touching it there. Yeah, I can see.
For the moment, whatever position I'm having, I'm touching.
You're touching.
Anyway,
okay.
the elbow.
So they need to work that out. Okay.
Yeah. Because if we come up a bit...
Yeah, and come up a little bit underneath. We're talking maybe like
I'm maybe touching, but I'm not.
You're not blocked on it. Yeah.
Blocked on it.
Okay. So we're the same in the back, like the same position, like 4 in the back, and then a bit more on the sides. Okay.
Yeah.
And then under the legs, not really so much.
No.
You're in contact there. That's good. Okay.
Obviously, these cars pull a lot of G-forces and a lot of braking forces. So for that, we have a seat mould. We have got what we call our bucket seat, which is a generic seat tub made from carbon fibre with a foam insert, which is the exact contours of her body to put her in the right position to drive the car. So with Dory, she is 1 metre 60 centimetres when this car is designed for people around 1 metre 80 centimetres. So we've brought the pedals towards her and we've got the seat insert, which is going to push her closer to the steering wheel. And we've also adjusted the steering wheel to get her comfortable in the car.
No, so a 20mm spacer on here. And I'm going to fit what's called the minimum spacer in place to bring it just a little bit closer to her, a little bit further away from her.
The wheels for your event that you're doing. So yeah, we're going to have lots of medium tyres and also the extreme wet tyres for this event. But these are all built up, new batteries, because obviously we're waking up all the old parts here. So these haven't been alive for many years. They live on the shelf here. We have them all in year order.
Okay.
But the new batteries in them, they're all scanned and then they go back onto the system. So these have all got mileage on them. And the team in here prepare all of these. So everything's done in-house.
We've got about 45 minutes to an hour where you're sat in the car.
Yeah.
Provided everything goes well.
Me, I'm fine. I can sleep, eat, relax. I'm happy with everything. Yorkshire. How do you
Yorkshire tea.
It's so good.
Yeah, you like
it? A bit of milk.
But yeah, see, there you go.
See that?
Perfect.
I know.
Yeah. This is easier now because it's got no halo. I don't know why. It won't move. I don't think it'll move permanently.
Start to be good, huh?
Huh? There you go.
Scrap that up.
One of them. Fair enough.
No.
I just need to move some stuff around. I just don't want to leave you doing a pull-up for like 2 minutes.
It's okay, I trained for this.
Okay. Training for the seat bit. Yeah.
I was not drinking tea before.
Really?
No.
And then you worked
But now my partner is British.
Cool.
So all the family, when we go Christmas and stuff, they have five cups of tea every day. That's insane. And now I start to drink it. This one is cool. That's so nice.
Part is I'm going to put some foam stops in you. You know, this is a little bit sensitive, a little bit tickly.
It's okay if I cry then.
Yeah, it's okay. Just don't scream too loud.
Yeah, happy to discuss again what people have asked about and like that. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, it's cold. That's a lot, no?
From the other day, I believe our payment.
I'm not hearing anything.
Nothing?
I'm becoming Shrek. You know?
There's your one.
Hmm.
Perfect. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay. That's great. You're all done.
Okay. Thank you.
How many times have you been in and out now?
Many times, but it's fine for me.
The bag's indestructible, by the way. You won't break the bag. When you're going small like that, that's a very long way to go to get to full throttle. So I just want to see.
When I go full,
Just the heel comes off.
my heel
She's
is...
pulling away like that.
Yeah. Thank you. It's done. Let's go. Oh, look at this. That's beautiful, huh? Love it. Wow. Can't believe it, I will wear this one.
It's not the Volt green anymore.
Yeah, it's the patches. Yeah, the color is beautiful actually. So, really like it. And I did this little touch on the helmet as well. So you will. Yeah. Can't wait to wear it. back in the car. Now everything is dry, I think, on the seat, the resin and everything. So we're gonna check out and that's it.
The seat is now slightly higher, the carbon shell slightly higher.
We basically have like blisters that go on the headrest. Now, Carol's just going to get you some to show, but...
I think I will try to work, but not silly.
Okay. Yeah, we have a couple of different size options. There's some subtle ones.
That's the end of the day. The seat fit is done. I'm feeling very comfortable, and the next step is the sim. Yeah. Today we are doing the simulator preparation, so we are going through all the procedures, learning the car, learning the track, and getting ready for the test. So it's going to be an exciting day. Working closely with the engineer as well, getting to know each other and stuff, so it's going to be exciting.
How are you?
Good.
Excited?
Yeah, very.
Can imagine.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I will.
Have you trained your neck?
Yeah, a bit, running in P2 this year, so
Yes.
it's okay for the neck, but
Yeah.
I
That's good
believe
training.
the gap is
You
quite
can't,
big.
honestly, you can't really prepare for it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can do a little bit, but you will be shocked and
Yeah.
then your body will react.
Yeah. We'll adapt.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, you can't film here.
Perfect. So Robin will get us running, and then we'll just basically start with some correlation runs. Nothing procedurally to execute, just if we drive the laps, and we'll be able to check how the data looks against the reference. Yeah, the nature of F1, everything is more complicated things. It's the pinnacle of motorsport. All the procedures wise can be quite technical. We've a lot more features on the car that you don't have on a traditional, let's say, junior category kind of car. So it's to try and bring her up to speed with getting comfortable with those procedures to keep stress lower on the day. Things are more familiar, it's easier to execute.
Are we able to brace on the T2 curb inside?
Yeah, you should be able to, especially at the approach speed that you have, you should be able to touch the curb there.
So we can
It's
brake
quite
on
flat
it,
there. Yeah, you should be able to brake on it.
even in real life. Sick.
Yeah, even in real life, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite intense the days, but it's helping you to be fully prepared and to feel that you have been driving in that track and in that car before, to understand how the car behaves, how when you change a small setting, what is the effect. It's super real and super precise, so you get really a real feeling before jumping in the real car. For me, it's fundamental to do this kind of work before jumping in the real car, especially your first time.
It's one of the things that's the most difficult to
Yeah. You're doing some sim work as well?
No, I just popped in today because I knew you were in. I wanted to see how you were getting on and if I could help at all. But Austin is very experienced. You know, he used to be here, sitting over there.
Do you remember your first F1?
Oh yeah, like it was yesterday.
When was that?
I was so nervous. It was in so it was 2002, going way back. It was a straight line test.
Ah, okay.
So, but there were two loops at the end, which you could actually push the car around to get a bit of a feel.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the feeling of, because the V10, so I'll never forget the feeling of the power was ridiculous compared to an F3 car. That's my only reference.
Ah, yeah, you jumped from F3 to...
Yeah, and this thing was an absolute rocket off the line.
So that's how they do it. Some of the procedures we kind of go through today are related to the operation of the engine, or even the chassis side, to put the car and the sensors and anything that's kind of reliability critical, and then also general operation of the car, so it then helps you to extract the performance side as well and have the confidence to drive with confidence.
How was today?
Was good.
Yeah.
Very happy. Feeling more ready to jump in a real car. So now I want to finally get in the car and drive for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you? Good to see you. You all right?
Yeah.
Well done last weekend.
Thank you.
Time to be able to do a jump in and check the seat, check the position, check all of the kit. You let us know whenever you're ready. Yes. So we can do track walk. The weather looks like it'll still be, at the minute, should be dry tomorrow. So fingers crossed it stays like that. I'm excited.
Me too.
Each time you use them, hygiene.
Jumping in to test, to check that everything is okay in the car, like seat position, pedals and everything. So radio check and everything. This one is okay.
This one needs adjustment. So let push right down. Yeah.
Check the seats, pedals, steering, and all the position to check if it's okay, and everything is fine. I'm very comfortable, and yeah, feeling ready. 14 races, 4 win, 4 pole position. Sorry. So that's the number of things that the chassis achieved with Lewis. Not bad.
We're here, right at the right spot. Anyway, we need to walk back a little bit. So this is like the final recce, let's say, in terms of checking the track condition for what the curbs look like, especially if it's things like if it's wet, see if the curbs have got water still in them, even if it's been raining a while ago. These kind of details, things like if the track has got different features compared to what we were preparing in terms of onboards. Sometimes they change the boards or the layout.
Not supposed to rain tonight, but it may rain tomorrow morning at 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what you have? I don't know.
Things just got nice.
We need to
My
8.
my weather.
Things just got
Well,
nice.
in time before 10, and then
it'll be finished.
if it's not raining, we drop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's feel real now. I already when I was making my notes, I was like, I'm gonna drive a Formula 1 car around Silverstone. It's totally amazing. But yeah, now it's feel more real. Obviously, going through everything and being in the box and feeling the atmosphere and all the mechanics and all the people around working. It feels real now, and it will feel more real here tomorrow. Yeah.
So I have a little song I want to show you.
Doria, our F1 Academy champion. Your first Formula 1 test. What a special day. It won't be until you're strapped in and they start up that engine that it will all become real. You'll get out onto the track at Silverstone. You won't believe how fast that car can go in a straight line. The Maggots Beckett section, what a brilliant corner section to drive in an F1 car. I know, like I was, you'll be super keen to post a quick lap time to show everybody what you're capable of. But build up to it, trust and listen to the engineers around you. They'll be guiding you on the day, and enjoy every minute. We'll be rooting for you from a distance. We're proud of you. Good luck.
How does that make you feel?
Thank you. No, very nice. Obviously, I've met incredible people thanks to Formula 1 Academy and being with Mercedes, working with them for so many years. She's an inspiration for all, and she also drove Formula 1 during testing, so...
Yeah, at Silverstone.
In Silverstone as well, so same story, no?
Yeah.
Can I get this back here?
exciting. I've been following her since 2024 in F1 Academy, and to see her today, as a woman to drive Mercedes F1 car, it's really impressive, and hopefully will open other doors as well. So yeah, I'm really excited.
This car's super good. Yeah. So I'll let you get ready.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Time with it at the radio.
It's a milestone for sure. I mean, you don't get an F1 car every day, so it's pretty special. And for her, it's a big step in her career, and she hopes to, be able to have good energy, good pace in the car, and just have fun also.
Okay, on the run plan, 12 time lap, out lap in track 1. I'll leave it up to you if you need the cool down lap, and then we'll box in after that. Track 1 for the cool down lap, keep this in mind. Okay, fire it please, Ed. Okay, pit limiter on, and straight out.
It's a really special moment for any driver, but especially Dorian being part of the Mercedes Junior team and obviously winning the Academy last year. And we've spent a lot of time together over the last couple of years. So sort of a very proud moment seeing her drive for the first time, enjoy it. It's a very special moment. I see she's got her family here as well. It's a day that you'll remember forever. First moment going flat is always your head hits the back of the headrest.
Still full throttle over the start finish line and then a D-rate. Dorian, good.
Morning's been great. Always nice to see drivers take their first steps in an F1 car, and Dorian's been reacting very well to our feedback and being quite responsive and learning very quickly. One step at a time, she's making improvements every run, and that's very promising.
First run done, and as you can see, I'm smiling. An amazing car, amazing feeling, and I enjoy every second of it. I've been going step by step, but already good feeling with the cars through data and everything to keep improving during the day. But looking forward to jumping the car again because everything around is amazing and living the dream. Yeah. It's cold. It's freezing cold here. We are in April and it's freezing cold. It's like winter.
Did the tires feel cold or were they okay?
No, we have the blankets. It's 5 stars treatment because I'm used to go to cold tires in other categories, so.
Radio check, you can hear me? Thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, fire up, please. Loud and clear. So 8 time lap, strap 1, out lap, take the fuel down when you need. We flip limiter off and clear out, strap 1.
Exciting. I mean, for her, it must be great. It must be great for her, you know. I remember my first test in Austria, and it was such a special moment, special day. So I kind of know the feeling. I know she's very excited, and hopefully she's gonna really enjoy this day. And definitely it's gonna be one that she will remember forever.
Full of Leo like normal, be neutral, and then we can switch off. Well done, Dorian. Good day.
Thanks to you. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks to you. Ouais.
Ça va?
Ça va. En vrai, ça va. Je sais que ça est...
Hope you enjoyed.
How was the last run? Good? Yeah. Most less than 30%?
Yeah. I think about you, I was like, close.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're all finished up here at Silverstone after Dorian's day. We made a really big step in the afternoon, really starting to explore the full envelope of the car. So she's done really well with that.
Not just for Dorian, but for all the female drivers, it's really important to see that female can drive an F1 car, and hopefully in the following years we'll actually see a woman competing in the Formula One World Championship.
The day was one of the most beautiful days of my life, to be honest. For obviously driving a Formula 1 car is insane, and everything is 10 times bigger, so very emotional as well because my family was there. I was able to share with them my entire day, and next to the track, going to the cups and the fast corners and everything. So yeah, I feel very emotional, a bit more emotional now at the end of the day, to be honest. Starting the engine is the most special moment because you start to hear the engine for the very first time, and then you put the first gear and you start to release the clutch, and you start to feel finally the car and all the power going out of the pit and everything, until you really live the moment and really know what is a Formula 1 car. So a very special moment, yeah.
What's up, guys? Today's Friday, so it's coffee ride day, but today is a bit special. We're running it back with the cyclery and Cannondale for another year. Yeah, that means we get a new bike.
Yeah, so we're headed to the shop, we're headed to the cyclery to pick up the new bike. But first we're gonna have a bike fit. so we know what size of the stem and the stack height should be. So we're doing a bike fit, then do the final adjustments on the bike. Then I'll be able to bring the bike home today, and tomorrow we're gonna use it for the copyright. It's new bike day. Let's go.
Before we get the bike fully set up, we're dialing in the fit. I had everything set on my previous bike, but every frame is different, so we're starting fresh. We're checking the key contact points to make sure everything feels right. Saddle height, stem length, and bar position. Small adjustments, but they make a huge difference.
Like and subscribe, comment, if you have anything to suggest, please leave a like. Thank you so much. It's just a bit windy, just a bit. Hopefully sponsored. Wait. Shout out kay Colin, #1. Shout out to Colin. So we got this helmet, jersey, bibs, and other stuff. I'm gonna pick up mine later. I'm gonna go to the shop. Thank you to Colin. #1 Oakley.
Good morning. Magandang umaga na. Magandang umaga sa inyo.
Binili ko sa'yo. Ewan? Binili pala yung bike namin.
Binili pala yung bike?
Kaya ano.
Alright. Wow, black sheep.
Wow, sikat ka na, sikat ka.
Malinis yan.
It's okay, the average. I'm jealous.
Also the carbon fiber, I'm jealous. Looks light, huh? Very heavy. It's mountain bike.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's heavy?
It's heavy. Heavy on the heart.
Heavy on your heart.
It's nice.
Yeah, this looks good. This is what I like about it.
It's not Scott. Actually, na ano yun, no? I saw it.
Power meter eh. Oh, bakit? Siyempre. Magaan ba? Pero magaan nga siya. Kumpara sa ano? Sa dati. Ganon?
Magkano?
Ayun, kapal eh. Tingnan mo. 64, 57. Oh, coffee tayo. Ito, pool. Alright. Oy, sana, well ha? Sana all.
Hi, love, welcome to my guys.
Coffee. Ha? Coffee. Pasok ka doon, kape tayo. Ha? Kape ka na? Hindi, libre. Libre ng Habibis.
Seryoso?
Oo. Pasok ka na. Kapal ng mukha. Ang kapal. Parang pila. Bigla nagsibilihan ng kape. Kanina nung di libre, nasa labas sila. Walang gustong pumasok.
Ngayon nagsipasukan.
Ngayon libre, nagpasukan.
Sa Pino.
Saan?
Sino may-ari?
Siya na nagbayad?
Ah, siya na?
Nilibre na yata ni may-ari?
Hindi. Binayaran pa din daw po nila.
Okay. Lulu everyday, too much. That's good. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
This is the Cannondale Super 6 Evo High Mod 1, Generation 5. It runs reserve 57/64 carbon wheels with DT Swiss 240 hubs. It is equipped with a SRAM Force Axis 12-speed group set. It's in a platinum colorway. It uses a Cannondale System Bar integrated handlebar. The gearing is 48/35 with a 10/33 cassette. It is fitted with a Physique saddle.
That's the bike, that's the ride. Yeah, hope you enjoy the video. See you on the next one. Peace!
To start with, that's what it's all about. To lift that trophy. I think that's our big goal, our big dream.
I'm really hungry for more.
Goodness me, he goes for it. Wout van Aert is the man who comes up and around the outside. Go on, go on, go on!
He has a lot of good moments. He also, unfortunately, had a lot of bad luck.
I remembered it as a really good day until it wasn't a good day.
Ja, Wout van Aert. Daar staat hij, daar staat hij. Wow!
Het is vervloekt hier.
Ja, shit.
I was just slowly dying until the end.
Goed gevochten. But he is always fighting and he's always giving everything.
I have so much respect for you.
Thanks, mate. Forced myself to keep fighting until the very end.
Today you write history, Wout. Come on.
So far the spring has been pretty good. Yeah, we're also still really ambitious to end on a high and take the last opportunity.
Van Aert gaat dan. Van Aert is voorbij Pogacar. Now can Pogacar get it? No, he can't. Wout van Aert gaat Parijs-Roubaix winnen. Van Aert naar de wielerhemel.
And if we can really make use of that, I think then we do have a good chance of victory.
I believe in it.
Me too.
Van Aert, de Ju. Ja, valpartij. Het was door een manoeuvre van der Poel hoor. Die maakt al een vreemde beweging hier. En ik denk dat voilà, en Van Aert die wil nog corrigeren. Niet wat hij verdient en niet wat de wedstrijd verdient.
My crash in the cyclocross in Mol in the beginning of the year definitely changed my preparation.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Wout broke his foot in early January in the cyclocross, and then his build-up was a little bit set back by that.
I recovered quite well, but yeah, I think only in February I could really start preparing for the road season.
He could train well, he could go on altitude, and from the moment he started racing, he was good.
Unfortunately, just before the opening weekend, I got sick and had another setback.
Guys, omloop, first really important race of the year. Really looking forward to the race. Unfortunately, of course, Wout is not there, but I'm very, very convinced that we have a strong team and that we can have a good showing tomorrow.
Axel, Zanke, stop,
Come on, guys, fight now, huh? Every single position counts, Try going on to Molenberg, come on.
A lot of... Oh, this is dreadful. Valpartij op de Molenberg.
Van der Poel gaat er omheen en Christophe staat echt gewoon stil, maar die is niet op gang gekomen. Nee. Timo Edo, you try to bring back Christophe, huh?
What a nightmare of a day, I think. I think it could have, we could have had a very different day.
Yes,
today.
yeah.
I think we unfortunately just picked the short straw today. Had this scenario played out how we wanted it to, then it would have been a really, really positive day, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
But the nicest thing of cycling is that you have always a second chance really soon, and there's already tomorrow.
Already another race.
Yeah. Today again a really nice race on the menu, Kuurne, Brussels, Kuurne. More or less in general, but the same principle as yesterday. We have also, now you crashed yesterday, Matthew. But the intention is to do a lead out with Timo, Christophe and Matthew and Axel. You're the sweeper.
Good.
Okay,
Yes.
Go for it.
Ja, gewoon door meneer. Zeker niet als het heeft.
Brennan also still in the mix for a very active Visma team. Timo Kielik was following plenty of moves for them. Just his second day riding for the Visma Lease bike team. There was an attempt to split it in the win by Christophe Laporte and the rest of the Visma Lease bike team. It's being led out now right at the front by Visma Lease Bike, and it's going to be Matthew Brennan to strike and go. Laporte does the leading out, it's Brennan at the front. He's a country mile ahead, and Matthew Brennan wins with ease. What a victory for the Briton. Visma Lease Bike have a new classics weapon.
Nice one, mate. Okay. Awesome. I'm not walking away without getting something here. We got it.
Put your hands together for the winner of this race. Here is Matthew Brennan!
We need the logistics to add it onto the luggage now. I have to take this over. Great day, I think. We won. So that's what we came here to do. These guys, fantastic all day on the bike. Really, really chapeau for today, guys. But this win is for us, so cheers.
Cheers.
I think that we have a strong team overall. That Matthew in the opening weekend showed that he is really capable of doing these races, and that also means that next to Wout and Christophe, who are already there for a longer time, the future looks bright with the likes of Per and of Matthew.
It's a relief, I have to say. Yeah, you're working really hard the whole winter to be part of the classics, and yeah, especially for me as a Belgian, that starts with opening weekend. So to miss out on that one, it's a shame. But today is another good day of carb loading, I hope, and then yeah, tomorrow should be a good day to open up again. First thing I was thinking, not much, because I was just hanging on in that race, and I still felt pretty empty from my stomach flu at the time. But I think it was the right choice to have that race in the legs to prepare for Strade Bianche later on. But yeah, I couldn't fight for a result because of a flat tire in the final.
Et petit ennui mécanique pour Wout van Aert, décidément. Wout van Poisse continue. À 10 km de l'arrivée, coup de théâtre.
last 2 seasons we try to get altitude camp finished as late as possible before the big monuments. But already then I think it was always my plan to go back to a more traditional schedule, which includes Strade Bianche, a race like Paris-Nice, Tirreno, opening weekend, and for sure Sanremo. It felt pretty good. Could help Matteo a little bit with the moves there. So we did a good race. We ended both in top 10. For sure, not really the result where we dreamed of or the highest goal, but yeah, we got what we deserved that day, I think.
9th or 10th, I think.
I was also fucked. 7th, probably. Right in front of me.
Chapeau.
For me, the key moment was about 3rd place in Milan-San Remo, where after a crash, fought back in a great way and then attacked a chasing group with a kilometer to go and finished on the podium there.
I remembered it as a really good day until it wasn't a good day.
Van Aert is in podium, mate.
Yeah, Wout van Aert.
Spare back. Zo. Yes, a while, Edo, wait for Wout. Wagi naar Wout en wij gaan door Matteo op de play. Okay, Wout, Wagi comes to you. We try to get to Matteo, he also needs a new bike.
Matteo, Edo is behind you.
Good. Wout langs?
No.
Come on guys, we still need the peloton there. We still see the peloton there. Good job, Edo!
Edo was going like a madman to bring me back.
Oh, fight. There is still a chance to get to the front. Come on.
I forced myself to keep fighting until the very end, but before the downhill of the Poggio, I had never the belief of making a real result anymore.
These two came to the finish together. Wout van Aert escaped the rest to try and get across as well.
You see them there, you see them right there. Come on, it's not over yet.
Daar is hij is nog alleen hoor.
Come on Wout, hè? Je hebt nog een gat. Come on, ze kijken naar elkaar. Hop.
This is his chance. Van Aert is gaining. Van Aert is catching. Pogacar, Pidcock, all the way to the line. It's done. He has done it.
Ja, wat derde. Yes! Nou, derde of vierde.
I am definitely happy that I went back to Italy. I really enjoyed the 2 weeks there with all the races.
Thanks boys, thanks, great job.
And then finishing it off with that podium spot in Sanremo was for sure worth it.
For me, that was the key moment of seeing like, okay, Wout is actually ready for the classics, and he will fight and he will go for it.
Quello che è un grande podio di questa edizione numero 117 della Milano-Sanremo, presente Baia.
It's 1.4 to go now in Adelbeke, and it's still Van der Poel who's away. 3 seconds.
Is anybody going to hesitate, or will they commit to catching Van der Poel?
Yeah, I think for Per, it's maybe at least to the bigger public, really a breakout season in the Spring Classics. He was strong last year in support, not strong enough to get results himself to really ride the finals. And this year he made that step.
Vermeers is playing the game. He's sitting at the front. Can someone hit them from behind? Because it's Van der Poel who's starting to gain again. All of this hard work that they've done, and they're about to throw it away.
You're of course questioning a little bit right away, like, okay, would it have been possible to cut him? Was it a good decision to not pass out Bramsen and start pulling?
And now the finish line in sight. In momentous fashion, it's a 3-peat for Mathieu Van der Poel.
Okay, Pat. Yeah, always having a hard time just being there instead of being able to have the energy to do something extra. I'm finally not shit anymore. That's nice. It's not the win, so you also don't get like really excited because it's a second place at the end of the day, but it's also the best you can achieve at the moment, most likely. So it's yeah, it's better than the shit I did in the net. Then I was fucking done. I lost some sleep over that, so it's finally good to not be a dumbass. You getting third or? Yeah. Do you think Ramsen was playing or do you think he was just fucked? Who? Ramsen. I don't know, man. Because he was from one moment to another, he dropped the speed with like... Yeah. Just a matter of seconds. Nah. I think the strongest 1-1 anymore. Enjoy forward.
Yeah. Feeling is pretty good. We are the day ahead of in Flanders Fields, and it's good to be back in Flanders for the real cobble races.
Not op tijd.
Also for me, it felt really satisfying to be on the top end of a race with yeah, one of the best riders in the world. In the past, maybe I took it sometimes a bit too much for granted that I was there in these kind of positions. Also for me, that was nice to be there again. Yeah, I had still the belief if we have 10 seconds in the last K that we would sprint together for the victory, but yeah, the final changed.
Van der Poel and Van Aert are going to be caught with the Flamme Rouge in sight.
But of course, it was a good sign to see Wout going off the front, 2 up together with Mathieu in Gent-Wevelgem, and then of course they ended up getting caught because Mathieu could play the tactics of having Philipsen behind. If we would have had Mathieu behind, we probably would have done the same. So that's racing.
Close? Yeah, good sprinter. Thanks.
Christophe Laporte!
Yeah, I feel good. Had some good trainings and yeah, showed my form again last Sunday in Flanders Fields. Yeah, it was quite a difficult situation mentally because I could feel Mathieu was not really pushing anymore. Yeah, I tried to set a good pace where I still had the option to go for a good sprint as well, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, I'm really hungry for more.
En Wout van Aert die doortrekt met Gianni Vermeers. De rest daarachter moet een beetje passen.
Ja, sterk. Goed.
Yeah, in the meeting already I said to my teammates, like if it's still a big group there and if there's still a selection to be made, then I want to commit to all-out attack on Akenberg because it's the last very hard climb in dwars door Vlaanderen and yeah, that turned out pretty well.
Onder de mokerslagen van Wout van Aert. Vermeers moet hier passen.
Ja, wel een sterke Van Aert, hè?
Sterke Van Aert.
Yeah, I found myself in the front with Gregoire and Larsen, and immediately we had a decent gap to the group. Yeah, in the very deep final, the peloton came so close that I had to go myself.
Ze gaan nog heel dik komen, José. Ze gaan nog heel dicht komen.
Alles uit de kast, Wout. Come on, come on, come on!
In Gent-Wevelgem, I believed in it until 5k to go, but in Dwars over Vlaanderen, I believed in it until I saw the wheel of Ghana next to me in the last straight. So yeah, that was very pity moment.
De Wout van Aert tegen Ghana. Het is niet waar, het is niet waar, het is niet waar, maar het is wel waar. En het is formidabel wat Filippo Ganna doet.
Fuck! Oh, jongens.
Yeah, shit. But it was also clear that the gap is so small that it could go all ways.
Good job, thanks, mate. Strong. You too.
Yeah, well, it was not a good ending for us, but it. Yeah, he also there. He didn't do anything wrong. He rode a very good race.
I have so much respect for you.
Thanks, mate.
You're fucking unbelievable. Good job.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
At least for a really long time, it felt like it would be my day. Getting beaten like that is, of course, frustrating.
It's vervloekt hier.
Back in 2014, I was disqualified already in a cyclocross in Waregem. People can find these images for sure on YouTube.
Rood en dan gaat er één van start in het midden en dat is de grote topfavoriet Wout van Aert. Van Aert keert terug en wat zegt het reglement dan? Valse start is disqualificatie. En kijk wat hij dan doet. Hop, ze zijn weg en dan gaat hij er toch nog achteraan. Ja, dat is adrenaline, hè. Dat is pure adrenaline op zo'n moment.
And then, yeah, crashed out of Dwars door Vlaanderen in 2024, a really bad crash.
Wout van Aert.
Completely fucked up an ideal situation in 25 to miss out on the win with the team.
And the sprint has started. On the left you can see that it's Nielsen Paulus, and he's gaining as well. Paulus is gaining. He's going to do it. Paulus has it. Wout van Aert's been beaten. Oh my word.
It was for sure one of the first thoughts that passed through my mind when I was at the finish.
Mooi, hè? Hoe, hè? Hey, dikke vriend. Heb je autootjes meegenomen? Ja.
Papa, ga je bloemen naar ons gooien?
Ja, zie me nee, ze vangt, hè? Ga jij ze vangen?
Nee.
Goed klaarstaan, hè?
Ja.
Wout van Aert! Geef deze man nog een laatste applaus aan ze.
Yeah, I think the last two races were good. I raced how I left the race aggressively and with good finales, so I can be happy with it.
We have a good team at the start line. I mean, Wout clearly showed the last races that he is one of the strongest riders in the bunch. The deep final, I would say, the last 50 kilometers most of the time is very honest, and the best riders will come out on top, and then we see what the situation will be. But Wout will definitely be there.
And yeah, it remains the Tour of Flanders, so it will be a really special race in any case.
Guys, we do the meeting. The big day tomorrow. Most important day of the spring. Together with next weekend, the Ronde, and our big goal. We go for victory. This is our goal. We want to win a monument. This is also our dream. I mean, that's what you train for all winter. So in the beginning, we try to be up there, take a good overview. And then the next big goal is get you in position, Wout, but ideally you two already have a 2-minute lead. I think we discussed together quite some scenarios, what can happen in the final. We use our race principles, go for victory instead of like, oh, I do this, I secure a podium place or something like that.
If I think about the race last year, I think now I'm even better, so I believe I'll be capable of following more of the repetitions that they probably will throw at us.
I have also the confidence in that, and we have a very strong leader and a strong team overall, so let's go for it.
I would say for Matthew, it's the only new one for Flanders, I think. It's still good to know that there's a bit of a bigger presentation than any other race, so yeah. there's so much more crowds, there's so much more around the race, all areas with the tents and spectators and media, like everything is just a little bit more. And then the race itself is not a little bit, but a lot harder. I hate it and I love it at the same time, I think. A part of it is just the hype around it. We basically created ourselves in Belgium, but it's also just crazy to ride there. You go to the start in Antwerp to the podium and people are going completely crazy. Yeah, in that way, I also love it to be part of it.
Matthew en Visma Leasebike, we gaan jullie laten gaan, maar nog 1 keer Antwerpen. Laat jullie horen voor Wout van Aert! Heel veel succes, Wout en Visma Leasebike!
Look at this, wafting and waving all over the place. Here's the movement, right?
Wout van Aert has been caught out here. His teammates are trying to repair this.
Yeah, I felt pretty good going into the Kwaremond. It was also our goal to be as fresh as possible at that climb.
Here goes Pogačar, he's going. Now then, 1 bike length, any more? Goodness me, he goes for it. Wout van Aert is the man who comes up and around the outside.
Mathieu probeert erbij te komen, de rest wordt nu gelost. Come on.
I was on the wheel of that day and first part of Kwaremond felt some kind of comfortable in a way.
Mathieu van der Poel coming good at the right time, but the top 4 are here.
Yeah, a big explosion. I got there just before the top of the Kwaremond and now the gap was only growing even on the next asphalt sector already. I knew I had to go back to the wheel as soon as possible, but yeah, when I saw that they keep pushing on the front, then I knew there was no way to come back anymore. And basically before Paterberg I realized already that my race for the win at least was over.
Pedersen is fairly close behind you out.
Honestly, we went like with everything we got to stay as close as possible to the front, because in the end you also never know what happens, but I was just slowly dying until the end.
Wout is mentally really strong and he always goes for it and he fights for it and he doesn't stop riding if he sees he cannot win or if he sees somebody else is better. He has a lot of good moments. He also unfortunately had a lot of bad luck and a lot of bad moments in his career, but he is always fighting and he's always giving everything, and I think that's what makes him such a good leader also for our team, and that's what makes people admire him so much.
Dat zijn de mannen die ergens tussen 5:30 en 6 uur op dit podium gaan komen en die gehuldigd gaat worden als de mannen in de top 3 van deze ronde van Vlaanderen. Straks naar de koers van de vrouwen, straks is er ook die koers.
Shit with the puncture.
So strong from here though.
Cock my race. Oh. I go full gas to get back. And then I'm not really in a good position yet. I've just ridden all out. And then you see fucking Pogačar going full gas on the front. And you know it's over. You know you can just say bye-bye. Go home.
Ja. Ja, dus ja, net die bal wel natuurlijk vond ik net eraf schoof, maar ja, eigenlijk eerlijk gezegd, zo warrig daarvoor. En ik moest al een sprint trekken richting het wiel van Pogačar. Ja. Net voor ik kasseien. Ja. Ik zat op zich wel eerst, maar dat kost me, ja, dat is misschien net. Ja, ik los ook echt maar op de laatste 50 meter bergop en
Mathieu die zat weer ver achter jou.
Christophe zei dat hij
zat ver achter jou. Ja. Van 5-6 plekken achter jou.
Ja. Die moest ook.
Van ver komen weer bij jullie gekomen.
En die loste de laatste paar man pas? Of, I knew I need to be in okay position, but I didn't expect it to explode like that. You know?
I think it's because today didn't have so many teammates. They were in a position that you thought, okay, let's do it here.
Yeah. That was an unfortunate flat tire, I guess.
I went full on the wheel of Edo, and then when you took his wheel, I blew up. I was fucked.
Towards Molenberg, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because we went full for a while, and then I blew up.
Dat is gedaan, man. Dit is gewoon... Je hebt gewoon alles gegeven. Dit is gewoon... Goed gevochten. Yeah, I feel good. I think we have a strong team. We have some strong leaders, and we already showed some nice races. Of course, we would have liked to win maybe one or two more, but we had, I think, quite a good spring campaign, and one of the biggest race maybe is still to come.
How I rode in Flanders to the final, like feeling completely sore and cooked from the race. I think that's the feeling you will have every year in Roubaix, because the cobbles take so much energy out of your body that it always feels like a survival by the end of the race. There's also a bit more luck involved in Roubaix. Puncture on a bad moment or problems with your material can really influence the race. Yeah, that's what makes Roubaix for me the most special event of the year.
Since the moment I took over the team, we made it a big goal, because we believed at that time that it was one of the races where we could win. At the time with Sepp van Marken, Lars Boom, and later on with Wout, we have a big chance to win it. So. That's one, and second, it's for the team. It's the most iconic race because we can show there that we have our material, the Cervelos, the tires of Vittoria. Everything comes together. The mechanics play a big role. The soigneurs play a big role. The strategy, the tactics. It's Paris-Roubaix is a race where everything and every aspect of our team comes together, and that's why I love it so much, and yeah, it would be great.
Yo. Hey.
Ready for the meeting? The key of our tactics in the beginning, I think, important that we are up there. It will be super fast, can take a long time, but of course, if we can get ahead, it's good to get ahead. Yeah, we can discuss 500 scenarios. I think it's really important to